Hi everyone, this is going to be the reading for Capricorn for August 2021. So this can apply if you're a Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, as well as North Node. So be sure to check out the other signs in case this reading does not resonate with you. I'm also taking bookings for personal readings. So if you'd like to contact for a natal chart analysis, like your birth chart, or if you want a relationship compatibility reading, like if you have a crush on someone and you want to know what it's going to be like with them, you can contact for a compatibility reading. I also do tarot card readings, so you can contact for any of these. Drop me a message on Facebook or email, facebook.com/Venusianscorp. Email is astroluck111 @gmail.com, and I'll contact you as soon as I can. The links are in the description box so you can contact me easily. Recently, I've launched 2 books on Amazon. One is a book on poetry. It's a list of poems that I've written for many, many years now. So if you like poetry, if you enjoy that sort of thing, you can download a copy of the book on Kindle. And there's another book called Cat Philosophy, which is about strategies. So if you are a people pleaser, if you have trouble with boundaries, if you don't really put yourself first, this book teaches you how. It's not knowledge. It's not just theory. There's a lot of. It's just a practical list of 10 things you can do, and it's like a manual where you apply each step practically in your life. So the more you start doing it, the more results you start seeing. So yeah, you can download a copy of the book on Amazon. It's available on Kindle. So yeah, the link is in the description box. So let's get started. The first card I have for you, Capricorn, is Illumination, Ace of Wands. So recently what I'm picking up on, so by the way, for reference, I'm using the Voyager Tarot deck today. I use this deck when I want to get more intuitive messages. So yeah, the first card that I have is the Elimination card. This is the Ace of Wands. Now this is a card of spiritual awakening. There is a kind of aha moment that you've gone through, Capricorn, in the recent past, where it's almost like a breakthrough. You know, in the last couple of months, if you felt in limbo, if you felt like things weren't making sense, if your mind was foggy, like, a lot of things were unclear, then in the recent past, you've had this eureka moment, you've had this aha moment where a lot of things, where it's like a breakthrough where you overcame something and it's like a light bulb went off in your mind, where once that switch was turned off or turned on, you, like, a lot of things in your life started to make sense. you know uh, so this could have been a secret in the family, this could have been something that you've been hiding from yourself, this could have been a narrative or a story that you've been telling yourself over and over and over again, to the point where you started to believe that was true. But now you're changing the narrative because you have had that switch where you realize that that's not true at all. Like, what I was telling myself was not true at all. So this is an illumination moment. This is an aha moment. So a lot of things have changed after that for you. The next card that I'm getting is the Five of Worlds. This is the setback card, but this is coming up in reverse, which is a good sign. So in the recent past, Capricorn, a lot of you have been through many trials and tribulations, especially loss in the family, death of near and dear ones is what I'm picking up on. There was a lot of sabotaging energy, maybe you sabotaging yourself or people around you sabotaging you. Destructive energy in the past. It felt like a tornado, it felt like a cyclone, it felt like you had nobody with you, very sort of destructive energy is what I'm picking up on. But that was in the past. And you've overcome that, and that's why this is coming up in reverse. So now, especially after this illumination moment, this breakthrough that you've had, those setbacks are now in the past. And those setbacks were actually necessary for you, Capricorn, so that you learned the lesson. Those setbacks were a way for you to reach this illumination moment. Like, Capricorn, you are ruled by Saturn, and as your planetary ruler, Saturn is about the hardships, it's about the necessary lessons that we all have to learn. It's about delays, and it's about Saturn is a tough taskmaster. So you've had to go through these difficult cycles in your past. This could have been not just the last month, but several months or even years that you've had this struggle. But now you've had this breakthrough moment, and it's like those things are in the past. The setbacks are no longer with you anymore. Now the next card I'm getting is the Hanged Man, but this is coming up in reverse. So usually in the upright position, especially in this deck, the Hanged Man represents somebody who's trying too hard, somebody who is remembering the past, somebody who is so nostalgic that they are getting sucked into the vortex. So maybe these have to do with memories, maybe these have to do with your childhood trauma, or things that happened in your childhood, or just family dynamics, or just things like that, which were bringing you down in sort of this spiral of despair where you kept worrying about it again and again, and it's like this infinite loop that you kept going through repeatedly. And you've seen it so many times, you've been through it so many times, that you almost felt in the past like you're holding on to something that's dead, that does not even serve you anymore. But because Capricorn, you're an earth sign, you are so resilient, you're so persevering, you don't like to let things go unless it's absolutely necessary. Just like all earth signs, you want to preserve it. You want to make something out of it. You are an earth sign. You have to make it tangible. So when something is not working out for you, even if something is toxic, and this was toxic, Capricorn, whatever this was in the past, this was very toxic for you. And you were trying to hold on to it to the extent that it was poisoning your soul. It was making you feel toxic inside. And so now it's finally the time to let go, which is why this Hanged Man is coming up in reverse, where you're like, you know what, this is not my burden to carry, and I'm going to let this go, and I'm not going to let this poison enter my soul anymore and just pollute the whole spiritual awakening that I'm meant to have. So this is good because you're letting this go. You're not clinging on to this anymore. And Capricorn, you're a very responsible sign. You sometimes bear the responsibility of other people as well, even when it's not your own. Because of that, you carry a lot of burdens. So what I feel you're realizing, or you've realized in the past, is that all these burdens are not yours to carry. They're just making your soul more toxic. So you're letting go of this poison, you're letting go of all these things. This could have been people around you, this could have been a certain situation in your life, relationship dynamics. This could also have been your own thought processes, because sometimes the only person holding us back is ourselves. So this could have been something that you kept telling yourself again and again, but now you're like, you know what, that isn't even me. So you're letting it go. The next card is the Change card. It's the Eight of Worlds. This is a card of transformation. The number 8 is also about transformation. But more importantly, the transformation that I'm seeing is very, very profound, because this is you've done a lot of shadow work on yourself, and the transformation that I'm sensing is at the DNA level, because you've got rid of not just of your own karmic blockages, Capricorn. You've also actually got rid of a lot of blockages from your ancestry, which is why you're literally changing your DNA as well because of the shadow work. In the past, you may have been a little bit ice cold. Capricorn, you are known to be a reserved sign, but you're so responsible, you're so loyal, you're so giving to the people who are close to you, which is why you put up a guarded front. So in many ways, you're so similar to Scorpio, which is why both of you get along also very well. But yeah, there is this winter frost energy that you had around you, Capricorn, in the past, where you almost gave up on the world because you felt like nobody really has your back. They're not going to be there for you anyway, so what is the point? It's like you had this energy like you have to do everything for everybody, but nobody really shows up for you. So what is even the point? That kind of dejection, as well as this hardening yourself up, this putting up this steel front, like you don't need anything, you don't need anybody. And that is something a lot of Capricorns do, which is where I would look to your sister sign Cancer and try to open up yourself a little bit more, become more softer, learning to become more vulnerable. But I feel like that's happening now for you, Capricorn. In the month of August, a lot of you are, the ice is thawing, so to speak. A lot of you are reaching a lot very powerful epiphanies. A lot of you had some major trauma or some major blockages to do with security. This is at the root chakra level. I feel like a lot of you had major blockages when it came to security. Maybe you never felt safe enough within yourself, within your own home, within your own body. So you always had this fear of never belonging, of never feeling safe. And I feel like now that's coming to an end, because you're realizing that you are completely safe within yourself. You don't have to look for external validation to feel safe within yourself. So I feel like that's a major blockage that's being removed, and as a result of that, you're learning to be more vulnerable right now, which is really good, because the world needs more of that right now. We don't need more mechanical uh, people who don't people who just don't connect with other people at a heart level. We don't really need more of that. The next card that I'm getting is the oppression card, the Five of Wands. Now, but this is coming up in reverse. So, in the upright position, the oppression card represents a lot of trauma, especially childhood trauma. Um, this has to do with, yeah, basically, like this card says, oppression. This is something may have happened in your family dynamics. Just looking at this card makes me feel so dense. It's such dense energy. Like there's a lot of chords, there's a lot of trauma associated with this card. So this is family baggage, what I'm picking up on. This is family dynamics, trauma that runs in the family, that runs in the DNA, which is why this is coming up in reverse, which is a good thing. All the shadow work that you've done on yourself, Capricorn, like I said before in this reading, you are actually clearing a lot of your DNA blockages, ancestral blockages. So your ancestors are actually thanking you for it, because you are removing a lot of the karmic blockages that people carried in your family for generations. The next card is the Two of Wands. This is the purity card. This came up in reverse. Now, in the upright position, this is a card of ascension. This is a card of, there's literally the spinal vertebrae in this card. So, this is a card of ascension. This is a card of looking for the light, even when there's darkness around you. This is a card of faith in the universe, in the divine. I see the color purple lilac, which is the crown chakra energy, which is connected to the divine source. But this is coming up in reverse. So I feel like there's still some blockages in you, Capricorn, that need to be cleared before you reach this path where you're fully connected to the divine, fully connected to source, and where absolutely nothing can phase you, because you are so tapped into the consciousness that you are very rooted, right? So there's still some work to do, but you're going to get there. The next card I'm getting is the Magician card, but it's coming up in reverse. Again, I think like this is linked to that. When you're really connected to source, when you're fully conscious, like really being conscious where nothing can phase you, you are always in that Zen moment, that's when your manifestation powers are the highest. But right now, because I said like this blockage is still there, a lot of you are still not realizing your manifestation potential. This manifestation has a lot to do with your financial abundance. That's the main energy I'm picking up from this card. Because this is coming up in reverse, I feel like there's still some stumbling blocks that you may need to overcome to be able to unlock that, the financial blessings that are just about to come your way. The next card I'm getting is the Lover's card. So, there may be a new romantic interest in your life, Capricorn. This could possibly be a Gemini, because the Lover's card is Gemini energy. This could be a Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, or they could just embody the Gemini archetype, very communicative, very witty, very sociable, very playful and light-hearted, but at the same time very intelligent. Geminis are very intelligent. So Capricorn, there could be somebody like this in your life right now, or you may be about to meet this person in your life. And this is a soulmate connection is what I'm picking up on. But even if you're not looking for a love interest, even if you're not looking for romance, this could just be you. This could just be you falling more in love with yourself, right? Like this is a card of self-love as well. So that could also be your energy. So Capricorn, that's your overall energies for the month of August. If you like this reading, do be sure to give it a thumbs up, drop in a comment in the comment box. I love reading your comments and interacting with you guys. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, drop me a message on Facebook or email and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.